Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's your boy, the SMT. I wanted to summarize and give you guys a rundown of everything announced at the T-Mobile Uncarrier announcement here on April 7th, 2021. I've got the whole list of all the items as well as descriptions and all the included elements of all parts that are Uncarrier in this announcement. It was pretty exciting. Like, they had a big production done by Mike Sievert and the crew. Eugene, putting on the show as usual. And they talked about everything that they wanted to do moving forward through the rest of this year and moving forward as a business. All right, so the T-Mobile Uncarrier announcement started off all about 5G devices. The data from T-Mobile is that only 92% of Americans don't have 5G phones. So they're going to push that so people can get those 5G phones and then get on their 5G network. So what they're calling the Great American Free 5G Phone Upgrade allows new and existing customers to upgrade to a model year 5G phone from Samsung. I'm going to assume it's some kind of mid-ranger or something. They didn't disclose it. It's definitely not an iPhone. It's probably not going to be an S21 or anything like that. It's probably going to be one of those newer A-series phones that'll give you the 5G access. So you can trade in any working phone and get a free 5G Galaxy phone. Not as good as what Verizon did, I think, but I do think it was 100% in response to that, with Verizon basically offering, even taking a broken phone and turning it in and getting yourself a free 5G phone. They cover the entire expense. So it looks like it was in total response to that. I do think the Verizon one is a little bit better, but this is a good promotion nonetheless. Now, plan-wise, what they're calling the Great Unlimited Trade-Up. Any unlimited plans from Verizon or AT&T get a match offer from T-Mobile, and they get that limited plan upgraded to an unlimited plan from T-Mobile. So all things 5G related, the limited T-Mobile customers and limited Sprint customers also can get upgraded to free unlimited as well. All of this begins April 18th. So the Great American 5G Trade-Up will be offered all year. I would assume that maybe the numbers have been kind of bad in terms of people porting out and leaving. Maybe the churn rate's a little high, and maybe they're losing Sprint customers especially, and they want to get them in on these new deals and promotions and specials and kind of like stop the hemorrhaging and stop the bleeding. So, obviously they were going to lose subscribers in the merger issue, coverage issue, network problems, account issues. It was inevitable, so I'm guessing that this is in response to that to try to improve the situation. The next element to cover is the Home 5G upgrade, the official launch of the T-Mobile Home Internet and Broadband after the initial beta pilot that has been ongoing for the last year or so. 30 million homes are now available to receive the service. But this one is kind of touchy because I have concerns about this one. The question becomes, is it really ready for prime time? Obviously, T-Mobile has second to none customer service, 100 plus megabit per second claim, and what they can provide. They also claim that 10 million small town and rural areas are being served with this coverage. And they said go ahead and check for new availability. But the trouble is that I've had nothing but problems with the service. Many of my cohorts that have tried have had trouble with it. The gateway, the reliability, the consistency, it just hasn't been there. Mike Sievert did ask for patience in performance and availability, which is kind of concerning. I'm not sure why you would launch, grand scale if it wasn't ready. So that's really not good. They're kind of curbing that a little bit on the front end. So it doesn't appear like it's ready to scale with quality. Obviously T-Mobile likes to be the first to things, but if it's just going to lead to customers not wanting the service anymore and discontinuing it, then what was the benefit? So being first, definitely not always the best situation. They obviously stressed poor customer care with home ISPs. They talked about reliability and consistency being issues for people with ISPs. But now they say they're ready to do all of that scaling national. 5G for all, beyond the suburbs and bigger cities. They're doing the whole thing rural. Now the largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G, and they're going to push it out across the country. They're pushing Scam Shield and unlimited to rural customers, even the T-Mobile Tuesday. They want to have an initiative where they're going to create what's called the Hometown Job Initiative, creating 7,500 jobs and hundreds of new stores opening in small towns across the country. They're creating a group of employees called Hometown Experts in 2,500 towns, creating 2,500 new jobs, and they said go ahead and apply now. They're also going to start an initiative called the T-Mobile Hometown Grants, where they'll help communities continue building and starting new city projects, whether they're completed or incomplete, They want to do like 100 of those a year, so apply for those grants if you're interested. All in all, I think this was a pretty good announcement. I don't really see any negative to it. There are a couple of concerns I have about porting and customers leaving and the churn rate. Clearly, I think they're trying to address that with the 5G upgrades and the phones. But they are putting a ton of capacity on the 5G side, so it makes sense to push people on those devices. I just don't think people are going to be necessarily happy about upgrading to a mid-range phone, possibly. But they are getting it for free, but you do have to trade in. So I do think that the Verizon promo is a little bit better. Turning in a broken phone that's pretty awesome to get $1,000 credit. But hey, I mean, this is something. They're approaching that issue of people not having 5G phones. And then getting the home internet launch grand scale is great. It remains to be seen if it's actually going to be a quality product. It's been troubled, thus far over the last year or so. And, the jobs are good and all of that is great. They do have a requirement to the merger. They did say they were going to create jobs, and they've got to follow through on all of that. And the small town stuff, the rural America stuff is great. We'll see. T-Mobile does claim that they're going to be dropping CapEx in the next couple of years. I don't know how they're going to scale rural in places where they don't have coverage if they're dropping CapEx. So there are, I think, flaws in the plan as they say it. There's probably things that we don't know. They didn't disclose. Of course, we would love to know, but, nobody gets to ask Mike Sievert and these guys questions. They don't like to answer hard and probing questions, so we'll never know. We'll just have to see if they execute. Go ahead and sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this Uncarrier announcement. Let me know if you think it is Uncarrier. Let me know what you think of the elements. What do you think is going to work? What do you like? Love to hear what you have to say. The pulse of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle @SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.